A big school matchup to start off week number 2 here on the OH.REPORT from Follis Field in Wooster, Ohio. It's the Wooster Generals and the Wadsworth Grizzlies who will go to 2-0 and continue a path towards conference play. We'll find out here coming up shortly on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and it's coming your way next.
Acres of fun. There's so much to do here. We have go-karts. We have the mini golf course. We have bumper boats. There's batting cages. Of course, you can play some laser tag inside if you want to cool down, or even play in the ball pit area if your kids are a little smaller. We have got skating that you can enjoy. Did you know that we have a full-service kitchen so you can spend the day with us? Come make memories with us.
Maumee Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports services as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Maumee Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at MaumeeBayTurfCenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Maumee Bay Turf Center, we build better.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
Welcome inside the Simonson Construction pregame show. Travis Berardi alongside Andy Jardy. But before we start, let's take it down to the field for the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by the Wooster General Marching Band. What a way to start things off here on your Football Friday night. Travis Berardi alongside the great Andy Jardy. We're going to have a pun night, aren't we, Andy?
Oh, I think we will. Absolutely, Travis.
So we welcome you inside the Simonson Construction pregame show. Worcester Generals taking on the Wadsworth Grizzlies. These two teams met last year with Wadsworth edging Worcester 23-17. Big comeback attempt by Worcester, a little bit short last year, Andy.
Yeah, Worcester rallied in the fourth quarter with 2 touchdown drives, but Wadsworth able to get that W 23-17. And these two teams are very familiar with each other, Travis. Going back to 2007, they've met just about every single year. Wadsworth 9-5 has won 4 of the last 5, and the Grizzlies' last win here at Worcester, August 31st, 2018, a 37-31 victory.
Let's take a look at the Wadsworth team spotlight, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services. 3-7 last year, so that one of the 3 wins was to Worcester at home. 2-4 in the Suburban League. They defeated Barberton 24-7 in an impressive Week 1 victory.
Yeah, and they're out to prove that season last year was a total fluke, going 3-7. They have got a lot of kids back that are hungry, out to prove that they are a team to be reckoned with, and they showed it in Week 1, beating Barberton, who was the defending Suburban League American Conference champion last season. So this is a Division I team, Travis, expecting to do big things this year.
Yeah, this is a big matchup, Division I versus Division II. You and I don't get this a
No.
lot. We're usually D5,
Yeah.
6, or 7, but this is nice. First time streaming a game here from Follis Field here in Worcester, Ohio, at Worcester High School. Love the digs they got here. Nice setup. We're right on the 50-yard line here in this press box. Place is packed. I mean, it's a beautiful night for high school football as well.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Any night is a beautiful night for high school football when that forecast clears up, because it did not look great early on, and so far everything looks to be pretty good tonight. But yeah, last time I was here, Travis, none of the renovations were done here, and they've done a great job here at Worcester. This is a top-notch facility they've got here. It's like a college campus.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Speaking of top-notch, Worcester hopes to have another top-notch season. See what I did there, Andy?
I see,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. But let's take a look at the Worcester team spotlight, brought to you by, once again, Simonson Construction Services. 7-6 last season. They were 5-5, just made it in the playoffs. Then they went on a run. They fell to eventual regional champion Green in the semifinals, 21-14. They were 3-2 in the OCC. They lost to the top 2 teams in the OCC, West Holmes and Mansfield Senior. However, nice start this season. They defeated Orville 40-13 last Friday night.
Yeah, and I think they caught a lot of teams by surprise last year, too, making that deep run into the postseason. This year,
surprised me. They were a 13 or a 14 seed, and they ended up knocking off, I think, 3-6 and then falling to the 7th.
Yeah, they're a little bit different of a team this year. It might take them some time to get back to where they got to last year, because they're returning almost nobody on the offensive side of things. So they're going to use a 2-quarterback system. They're going to rely a lot on Seth Chamberlain at running back, but a good start to the season, beating their longtime rival Orville 40-13 in Week 1.
You take a look at Wadsworth getting ready to come out here. We're about 2 minutes away. Worcester won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Wadsworth will receive to kick things off here in a little bit. But one of the players worth watching right off the bat defensively for the Worcester Generals, Michael Howman-Williams. First team OCC last year, second team all-district last season. 171 tackles, 27.5 tackles for loss last year here in the Simonson Construction Player Spotlight. And this year, not a bad start as well.
Not a bad start this year for the senior as well. 27.5 tackles for loss, Travis. I feel like there are teams that go an entire season without that many tackles for loss. And Mr. Michael Howman-Williams did it all by himself last year with those 27.5 tackles for loss.
And another player worth the watch as well is one Seth Chamberlain. 3 touchdowns rushing last week versus Orville. 17 carries, $170, 3 touchdowns. Kind of reminds me of my boy Maxton Lauer down at Northmore, but in less carries. But that's something that they need. They need that running game to going, especially with sophomore quarterback Luke Snowbarger, just to get him some open looks, especially early on, to get that confidence. Got to have a good running game, and so far, after Week 1, they have had it.
Yeah, and especially you've got, a 2-quarterback system, both quarterbacks sophomores, not a ton of experience, so if they can rely on Seth Chamberlain to pick up some yards, that makes things a lot easier if you've got a great running back behind you to kind of offset the pressure of having to rely so much on that passing game.
Now you take a look at the drum line of the Worcester Generals bringing their team. This is pretty cool. Gotta love a good high school drum line.
or just like the atmosphere in general. I mean, it is packed here tonight, Travis. Wadsworth filled up their section. It appears to be some sort of Surf's Up night here for Wooster. Wadsworth student section dressed up in some construction.
Coming to work.
Yeah, they're coming to work. This is a business trip, if you will.
And love the pun they got going on here. WHS, they got a sign up there in front of their sign saying WHS is just better in general.
Ha, yes. As Wooster comes out, surfs up. Let's catch this win as the sign they'll be running through.
This will be their final non-conference game before going into OCC play. Next week, they're going to host New Philadelphia, the newcomer to the OCC. They take on perennial power Steubenville tonight. So we'll have that score for you on the Friday night pigskin at 11:30 this evening. But, you know, Worcester, one more little bit of a tune-up before going into OCC play. Then they finish the season non-conference versus Villa Angela St. Joseph.
Yeah, and if you look ahead at that schedule, too, it is a little favorable for them because they will get West Holmes here and Ashland as well, but they will have to travel to Mansfield Senior October 7th. You got to figure Worcester's probably one of 3 teams that can contend for the OCC title with Mansfield Senior and West Holmes as well, excuse me.
So just about ready to play here from Follis Field. And I actually have a little tidbit for you that I'm going to read about Follis here later on in this game. Can't give away everything here early on, so
we got all night.
Just about ready to go here. That has been the Simonson Construction pregame show. Once again, thanks to Simonson Construction for sponsoring tonight, as we are moments away from kickoff of this one. Who will be 2-0? We'll find out in about 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, maybe. Don't want this going too far into the night. We got a pigskin to call later. Jacob Russell ready to kick it away for Worcester. And we are underway. It's a short kick taken by Liam Russell. And he called for a fair catch, so that is where Wadsworth will start. 1st and 10, and let's take a look at the Wadsworth keys to the game.
Yeah, I think one thing that they've got to do, Travis, limit the penalties. They had 97 penalty yards last week, in that win over Barberton. They got to control the ball, and special teams, special plays. They blocked a field goal last week that kind of switched the momentum around in that game.
Sidecar right for Luke Fisher. Takes the snap, quick throw left side is complete, and a quick gain already out to the 50-yard line, a gain of 15. That'll be for Davis Nye, and just like that, a first down on the first play into Worcester territory.
And great to see Davis Nye back out on the field. He suffered a broken collarbone in practice of week 2 last year. Great to see him back and healthy, making plays.
To McCoy Insurance, first down. Snap back, quick pass once again, and once again it works across the 40, down towards the 35, still on his feet to the 33-yard line. And once again, Davis Nye with a big chunk play and another McCoy Insurance first down.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple stuff. It's just a quick out, and then just let him run. And he's picked up 2 big plays here to get things going as Wadsworth quickly moving down the field here, already at the 33-yard line.
First down once again, just 30 seconds in. Fakes the quick, goes down wide open, man left side, will stack, touchdown, just like that. Wadsworth strikes 3 plays into the end zone. 6-0, will stack wide open down the sideline. Man, talk about quick strike, Mr. Jardy.
Yeah, they were not kidding around on that drive, and just a great job. You set up that play by throwing those 2 little quick routes, and then you take the shot downfield, and a beautifully thrown ball 33 yards down the field to Will Stack. Wadsworth strikes first here on the road.
Now for the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, 34 seconds in, Wadsworth scores, going 65 yards in 3 plays. That's the way to get started here.
Yeah, it certainly is, especially playing on the road. You want to come in, make a statement right away, and not even a minute into the game, Travis, they've got 7 points on the board.
Let's take a look one more time at the Simonson Construction replay. Quick strike. Fakes that bubble screen, got the corner to bite, and just went right inside that open spot down the left sideline, and that's 6 points. Maybe if I can talk. Want to welcome everybody watching live and free on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out. We'll shout you out here when we have a moment as the game goes on. A lot of folks watching as well, so that's great to see. Welcome everybody in.
It's great to see, too, if you're a Wadsworth fan. Luke Fisher coming out confidently throwing the football. He did throw 3 interceptions last week, but he gets his first touchdown pass of the season on that beautifully thrown 33-yard touchdown pass to Stack.
So Wooster now will get its first offensive possession here. Kick is away. That's going to be taken at the 4 by Anthony Sines. Across the 20 up to the 25. And that's where the Generals will start 1st and 10. As Snowbarger and company will now get its first look on the offensive end.
And we'll see now how the Generals respond after Wadsworth went right down the field and scored. Generals' first trip here on offense.
Under second-year head coach Austin Holter, led the Generals to a regional semifinal appearance before falling 21-14 to Green. Snap back, handoff. That's Seth Chamberlain, and he is nothing going there.
Yeah, might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but there were a pack of Grizzlies waiting for him.
And it was the linebacker just sat there and at the last second just went right through the tight end and made the tackle. So no gain on the play will bring up 2nd down and long for the Generals.
Chamberlain has that ability to break a big one, too. Last week against Orville, he had touchdown runs of 48 and 46, and then just a measly 7-yard touchdown. He found pay dirt 3 times last week in the win.
Moving the tight end now to the right side. Tristan Walker, Bronson Morgan, wide receivers to the left. Chamberlain behind Snowbarger. He'll take the handoff. Try to go up the middle, but once again met by 3 Grizzlies. Nothing doing again, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and this is the situation, if you're Worcester, you do not want to be in. 3rd and long. Obvious passing down here now. You're still kind of breaking in your quarterbacks. But they're going to have to find about 10 yards here. Keep this drive alive.
Just 2 minutes gone by here, first quarter. Wadsworth leads this one 7-0. Trips left, 1 wide receiver to the right for Snowbarger. Has some time, rolls out to his right, throws it through the hands of Chamberlain, incomplete. And it's a 3-and-out for Worcester.
Obviously not the start you're looking for here if you're Worcester. Quick 3-and-out after Wadsworth went right down, but just went right off the hands. It was a good throw.
And he had an opening. He might have been able to get to the sticks as well, but instead through the hands, and Worcester is going to have to punt.
And this Wadsworth defense last week against Barberton forced 4 turnover on downs, 2 interceptions, and a blocked field goal. So they're stingy, and they're out. There's nothing more dangerous, Travis, than running into a team that's just out to prove something. And last year, that 3-7 didn't sit well with any of them. They don't think anyone's taking them serious, and they're out to prove a lot of people wrong this year. And so far, things have looked good here early on in 2022.
So Worcester back to punt. Dossie gets it away. And it's going to go out of bounds at, I believe, the 40-yard line. So that's where Wadsworth will start on the McCoy Insurance 1st and 10. They're going to actually mark it down at the 43. So once again, great starting position for Wadsworth, who went 65 yards in 3 plays, 2 bubble screens, and then the fake right down the sideline for the touchdown. And that was just a little bit of miscommunication by Worcester. They bit on the play.
Yeah, and it
hurt him.
Yep, and you see that happen a lot when a team runs, the same design at you a couple times. You become suspect to it, and they got beat.
Fisher, wide receiver to the right. Motion. That's a handoff to Will Stack, right side, and he's going to be taken down after maybe 2 yards on the carry. Jamin Walker on the tackle for the Generals, and I'll bring up second down at about 8.
Yeah, nice job by Walker there, bringing him down for a minimal gain. Just about 2 yards picked up on that play by Stack.
So that brings up second down and 8. 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left for Fisher. Fakes the handoff. He's going to go for that bubble again. It's a quick out, and it's complete right towards the sticks. That's Tommy Arnold. And I believe they're going to mark him about 2 yards short of the line to gain. And that'll bring up third down. Let's take a look at the end of that play, see where he did get taken out. Spins out of 1, but yeah, about the 48-yard line. So it's going to be third down and 1 now for Wadsworth.
Spun around, and there was an entire group of Generals waiting for him.
Fisher takes the snack, handoff up the middle. He spun, but he gets out of it. And again, hit and taken down. Hunter Cole on the first hit for Wooster, and a big stop there for the Generals. We'll see if Wadsworth will go for it here at the midfield stripe, but there's just the pickup and tackle.
Yeah, and a big stand by Wooster there. Forces it into a 4th and 4 right at about midfield. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Well, with the way the defense played that first go-around, and it's about midfield, why not for Wadsworth? See if Wooster can get a big stop here. 4th down and about 4. After the loss of 3, and now Wadsworth's going to take a timeout. So maybe just seeing if Wooster would jump off sides. Doesn't work. Now they'll talk it over here on the McCoy Insurance timeout. Nice job by Wooster after that first series.
Yeah, I mean, they could have easily come out and, not had a lot of energy after that opening drive and quick 3 and out, but here they are forcing it into a 4th and 4 right at midfield.
We'll take a look at that run play one more time. There's that first.
And you can see here too, a nice little push that almost brought him back into the backfield there. Stack trying to just get a defender out of the way, and he almost pushed him right into the backfield there and kind of aided the tackle.
But the first hit, that little spin tackle, was Howman Williams. Who else?
Shocker.
But, save the play, because if he doesn't make that, running back gets into the line of scrimmage, probably gets that push to get the first down, but Howman Williams able to get into the backfield and get the stop.
So here you go. They're going to force him into a punt.
Low snap, kick gives away.
It's a heck of a punt.
Taking it to 15 across the 20. 25 trips up and falls ahead to the 27. So Hayden Meese gives Wooster a little bit of breathing room here. 1st and 10.
And I know it obviously didn't work out well on that opening drive, but expect to see them give the ball to Chamberlain again.
Let's take a look at the Wooster keys to victory. Fast start on defense, not quite, but they did get a good stop on 2nd down. Got to give it to the General, Chamberlain.
Yes.
Give him the ball. And then 2 heads are better than 1. You said it's a dual quarterback type system here at Wooster High School.
Yeah, at least so far early on here, you've got the 2 QBs. Try to mix it up on them between Snowbarger and Lakowski.
Handoff, right side, and now Chamberlain gets some room. Head of steam, brings up 2nd down, but manageable this time after the 1st down run for 6 yards.
Just a nice little run here. Gets through the hole, picks up 5 on the play. And it just makes such a difference when you get a gain like that on 1st down. 2nd and 5 now. You got a couple different ways you can go here.
They just moved the stick a little bit. They actually gave him more about 6 yards.
Yeah, they did.
2nd and 4. And that's what Wooster needs to do. They need to get 3-4 yards on that first run. Anything other than that's even better. Chamberlain across the 35, pushed back, but they will give him the 36-yard line, give him 2 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. So you saw a little bit of extra effort there by Chamberlain to get those 2 yards and get some positive gain and bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, and this is where you're much more comfortable throwing the football here on 3rd and short. You can run a quick route, a little slant or something, and just a much higher percentage of converting this than you did on your 3rd and 10 on the opening drive.
So it'll be 3rd and 2. Snowbarger out of the huddle. Howman Williams to his right. Chamberlain behind him. 3rd and 2. Hand off to Chamberlain. Head of steam, but he's going to be close. He got a little bit of an extra effort, and I think they will give him the 1st down.
Boy, how did he get through there? I didn't think he was going to make that.
Let's take a look at this replay and see.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be
towards the bottom of the line. Gets it still just kept. He went over top of a defender, and that extra effort once again gives the McCoy Insurance 1st down, gain of 3 out to the Wooster 39-yard line, 1st and 10 as we come up on 6 minutes left here in the opening quarter.
That's the first down for Wooster tonight.
3 wide to the left, 1 to the right for Snowbarger. And it's going to be a handoff again. Chamberlain gets to the 40, again fights his way to get 2 more yards, turns nothing into something,
yeah.
Gain of 3.
Just always fall forward if you can, just get that extra yard or 2.
It's funny, you have to remember the movie Friday Night Lights, where Boobie Miles comes over and says, you just bounce off them, roll with the tackles, get that extra yard. And that's exactly what he's been doing. He's going, the first contact, he's not going straight into the guy, he's spinning off. He's trying to move around that guy, and it's getting him some extra effort yards.
And he's staying low to the ground, too, so he's trying to get, a little more coverage behind his lineman back there, too, so you can kind of lose sight of him the way that he's dropping down and running low.
2nd and 7 for Wooster. Handoff again, Chamberlain. And this time he's met at the line and not going to spin around him. That's going to be a stop right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. In on the tackle was Maverick Blackburn. Gotta love that name, Maverick.
I mean, that is an incredible name for football, is it not?
He was Top Gun on that one, Andy.
Oh, absolutely.
We're here all night, folks.
Unfortunately for the viewers.
3rd down and 7 now for Wooster, the first 0 or negative play for the Generals on this drive.
You might be here all night if that keeps up. I might just take off.
Snowbarger. I have the keys. It's my car. He's going to go deep, looking, and just over the fingertips of Morgan, incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down for the Generals. So after the 1st down.
I tell you what, initially I didn't think that play really stood a chance. I thought that throw was going to be well over the receiver, but almost had a chance to come down with that.
Take another look at it right here. Got some pressure. They brought a lot. Most of the linebacking core was in there on the quarterback and just out of reach of the wide receiver.
Would have been interesting had there not been that immediate pressure there, what that throw might have looked like, but a heck of a job putting it up there where only his receiver was going to be able to come down with it.
Jack Dawsey back to punt. Big snap, but he gets it, and he will get one off. It's a nice punt as well. Takes a bounce at the 25 and goes down towards the 20. Another Wooster bounce inside the 20. And they're going to mark it down at the 18. So Jack Dawsey does his job once again. We'll take another look at it because you know what? Punters and kickers are people too, Andy.
That they are.
But that was a nice job. It was a bit of a lob back to him. He's able to get it, run off to his right, avoid that one defender, and then still get a very good punt off.
Yep, and this will be the worst starting field position here for Wadsworth. Now inside the 20 at the 19. Previous 2 drives starting out well past the 30.
So Fisher and company back out, 1st and 10 from the 18. Man in motion, that's Stack. Fakes the handoff to him, goes up the middle, and maybe a yard, but big number 67, Tyler Borman, was there to make the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like number 76.
Looked like number 15 on the run there. I was trying to see after he came out of that scrum.
Nathan Metzger. So gain of 1. They'll bring up 2nd down and long.
Metzger last week, 11 carries, 58 yards.
Fakes the handoff to him. He went for that bubble screen, but nice job there by Morgan to get in his way. He's unable to throw it, and it's a sack, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
And Tyler Borman just bringing him down with one hand here, too. Gets the back of the jersey and brings him down for a sack.
Morgan read that bubble screen perfectly because that's exactly where Fisher was going to go. Blows it up, and that's a loss of 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 12. 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left for Fisher. Fakes the handoff. He's getting blitzed again, and he's going to be taken down inside the 10-yard line. Back-to-back sacks by the Worcester Generals, and we're going to get a penalty flag on the play as well.
If this is a taunt, I have a problem with that. If this is a taunting penalty,
unless it was something said.
True.
Referees are in discussion right now, but
I mean,
this results in a 1st down for Wadsworth. That is a big blow to Worcester after back-to-back sacks.
I mean, they're kids. I mean, this is a huge series for them here now after the opening drive by Wadsworth to get 2 3-and-outs.
And they are going to say maybe it's an unsportsmanlike. We'll see. Personal foul on Worcester. That's going to be 15 yards from the play, so it's still going to bring up 4th down. So the punt team will still come out, but instead of them punting in their end zone, they're going to be punting at about the 10-yard line. Almost a killer for Worcester,
yeah. But
because the sack was back so far and the penalty was there, it's still not even close to the 1st down yardage.
I just don't see anything. I don't see anything there still. I mean, it didn't look like they got into the faces of anyone from Wadsworth. That's just to call that without any warning. It's early. We haven't seen, anything to.
Yeah, that's a questionable call. Good kick. It's going to be taken right at the 40. It's muffed. And who has it? Wadsworth picks it up. Ball was muffed. And Cooper Vignali picks it up. Wow.
Yeah, that's tough, too, because you were getting yourself into good field position, getting a little bit of that momentum back, and then just loses it here. And what we say, special teams making special plays,
so
Travis.
Let it hit the pads before catching it. It goes right off and onto the ground. And Wadsworth now in business again. 1st and 10. They'll start on the Worcester 43-yard line. That hurts. Defense going to have to step it up big here.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Wadsworth take a shot right downfield now.
Fisher in the shotgun. Fakes the sweep, and he's going to get ahead for, we'll say, 2 yards on the carry, bring up 2nd down and 8. So the last few plays we've seen, they bring that slot receiver over for the sweep. Get the fake, triple option type look here for Wadsworth. This time he tried to keep it. Almost got tackled at the line of scrimmage, but able to spin out of it. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, we've seen Worcester really start to apply some pressure up front on these last couple of drives.
Gets the pass off, and the receiver was wide open, but he didn't look back. Miscommunication. Fisher saw the pressure was coming, got it off, and if you're a wide receiver, you have to be looking right out of that cut. He was not.
Yeah, he got
it was kind of like a slow-moving play for him as well, and it hits him in the chest, but he just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, he got himself turned around.
So 3rd down now and 7. Worcester linebackers showing blitz. One will come. Getting pressure in, throws it, and this time it's caught. Stacked down the sideline inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line. Stiff arms the tackler. And the Grizzlies will get 1st and goal. Take a look at the Simonson construction replay.
Just your casual 30-yard pickup here. A nice throw. Finds Stack, who already has the 33-yard touchdown reception. Just threaded the needle there between 2 Worcester defenders. Stack gets it down to the 10, and I think, Travis, they can still pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, at the 1. It's going to be a sweep the stack, and he's going to get yardage ahead inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Give him 3. Second down, and now they're dropping the stick. So this is going to be second down and goal.
Okay.
So they marked the ball right around the 10-yard line, decided that's close enough to the goal line. Second and goal from the 7 here. Minute and a half left here in the opening quarter. Fakes the sweep up the middle, and he's reaches for the goal line, but he's going to be taken down about a yard short. On the keeper this time, Fisher saw a hole, just taken down short.
Yep, came up just a little bit shy.
Hayden Meese on the tackle. Third and goal. Fakes the sweep. It's going to be power up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Wadsworth. Kyle Figure runs it in, and it's 13-0 with 59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Take a look at the Simonson Constructions replay. Nice blocking up front. And
yep, ran a little misdirection there with the...
Looked like maybe a missed tackle in the backfield, and he just dives into the end zone for the score. Extra point is up, and good. Take a look at the replay as well. 59 seconds left. Wadsworth now leading 14-0.
And that's that drive all aided by the muffed punt. And what looked like Wooster had started to regain some of that momentum. Drop the punt. That set up Wadsworth at about the 40. A couple plays later, they punch it in, and it's now a 14-0 lead for the Grizzlies.
Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Simonson Construction. From concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Maumee Bay Turf Center. At Maumee Bay Turf, it's simple. We build better. North Central State College, providing individuals with knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed their chosen paths. McCoy Insurance Agency. McCoy and Clark Insurance, proudly serving our local community for over 110 years. And Acres of Fun in Worcester. Come to Acres of Fun on Friendsville Road, where we have something for everyone. Come make memories with us.
Tell you what, I saw the commercial. I want to go there. That place does look fun.
I'm a big mini golf guy, so
me too.
You got to know.
Yeah.
Got a score from K-Mac land after one quarter. It's Fredericktown 6, Northridge 0. Kick taken at the 12. And Tristan Walker maybe gets to the 20. And that's where he will start, 1st and 10. Let's take a look. Just completely blown up, and actually that was Calix Lemp who's going off a block and just kind of threw his body into him. And sometimes that's all you need to do, Andy. Just get your body in front of someone, and it trips them up.
Just disrupt the open space in front of them, and that can make all the difference.
1st down and 10. They're actually going to mark him at the 19.
And Lukowski now in at quarterback.
So here's that 2-quarterback system. Man in motion, they're going to hand it off to Chamberlain, and he's going to get hit in the backfield. I don't even think he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They will give him the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. They're going to have to run one more play before the end of the quarter.
And Lukowski, known a little bit more for his feet than his arm. Last week, 5 carries, 57 rushing yards. Only threw, I believe, 1 pass attempt last week.
Coming up on 20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Lukowski takes the snap, fakes the bubble, and he is lit up in the backfield.
Yeah,
Maverick once again in the backfield, and that's how the quarter is going to end. We played 12 minutes here at Follis Field. Your score after one, Wadsworth 14, Worcester 0. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
acres of fun. There's so much to do here. We have go-karts. We have the mini golf course. We have bumper boats. There's batting cages. Of course, you can play some laser tag inside if you want to cool down, or even play in the ball pit area if your kids are a little smaller. We have got skating that you can enjoy. Did you know that we have a full-service kitchen so you can spend the day with us? Come make memories with us.
Mommy Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Mommy Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at mommybayturfcenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Mommy Bay Turf Center. We build.
Start of the second quarter, and Wooster going through the air and almost caught in traffic there was Bronson Morgan, but just a little too late there. Got hit by a couple defenders.
Yeah, Snowbarger back in.
Maybe if that was thrown just a second earlier, but right there to break it up was Braden Probst, and he'll bring up fourth down. And another punt for the Generals here just underway in quarter number 2.
Yeah, Worcester still struggling to find anything in the passing game right now. Have yet to complete a pass. Got nothing through the air yet.
Travis Berardi alongside Andy Jardy from Worcester here tonight. D1 versus D2. Dawsey nearly got blocked. They said it was tipped, so him getting run into doesn't matter for anything there. Stack will finally pick it up, and they're going to get a late flag. I don't know why you call that late. If you're going to call it when it happens instead of later.
Yeah, he definitely took his time throwing that one, but again, it's going to be another penalty here on Worcester, their second of the night.
So while they're talking that over, personal foul on Worcester, 15 yards. We'll take a look at Arlen Field OCC battle between Mansfield Senior and North Canton Hoover. That game's 0-0 halfway through quarter number 2. Brian Skoronsky, Effie James on the call there. You can watch that on our YouTube and Facebook pages as well. But here we're 14-0, and Wadsworth again into Worcester territory to start 1st and 10. Fisher hands the ball off. Left side, a little bit of opening across the 30 and down inside the 30. Figure once again picks up a big chunk there for another first down. 16 yards on the carry. Fisher pass left side. This time he does hit the open receiver out of bounds just before the 20. That's Davis Nye. That'll bring up second down and 2. Give it a gain of 8.
Fisher looks very poised tonight throwing the ball. 6 of 7. Right around 100 yards passing here. He's just getting it out quick, right to his receivers.
11:03 left in the half. Fisher. As Tommy Arnold moves to his right. Handoff again. Figure down into the 10. Give him 11 yards on the carry and another first down. As we take a look at the Simonson Construction replay, just wide open hole there in the left side. Yeah, he's finally taken down by Walker.
And Worcester was doing a good job there on those last couple drives, really winning the battle up front, but Wadsworth now starting to show that they are a Division I football team up front there. Some big chunk plays here on this drive.
First and goal from the 10. He's going to throw it right, and it's going to be caught by Stack at the 5. Actually, you can give him the 6, so that's a gain of 4. Bring up second and goal from the 6. Quick passing here in the last 2 throws by Fisher. And they've worked. Coming up on 10 minutes left here in the half now. Wadsworth looking to really take control of this one here. Fisher fakes the handoff, throws left side. It's going to be complete again.
Was
the
it down?
stack? I don't think he was down. Let's take a look at the replay, and the referees are going to mark him down at the 2, so give him 4 yards. We'll take a look at the replay. Was he down or was he on top of the defender? Let's see. It's tough.
Sure looked like the knee
looked
was
like
down.
the knee was down. Nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. Handoff up the middle, spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Figure.
His 2nd touchdown of the night, Travis, and this is Wadsworth's night here so far.
Three-yard score. Actually, a 2-yard score. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. So with 9:27 left here in the opening half, it's 21-0 Wadsworth. And if you're the Generals, you need to get something going here on this next offensive possession.
Yeah, they just got to find something here, something positive. They need to find a way to get points on the board here. Just 1 first down so far for the Generals. And just really struggling right now, defending Wadsworth and getting anything going up front. Chamberlain hasn't been able to get going. The offense has yet to complete a pass. It's been a real struggle so far for Wooster, but there is plenty of time left.
Yeah, if Wooster can get things going here, even a score here and a stop before the half, 14-point game, it's doable.
Yeah, and this is going to be, there are going to be some growing pains for this offense, no doubt about it. I mean, losing just about everybody from last year's team, it's going to take some time for them to find a rhythm together, figure out what they want to do at the quarterback position, if they want to go to QB system all year. But they just got to kind of find what parts fit where. I think they're going to be a team to contend in the OCC. There's no question about it.
Kick is away, taken at the 8-yard line, across the 15 to the 20, now the 25, and maybe to the 26-yard line as Anthony signs. And that's where the Generals will start first down in 10. A couple other scores from Gallion. Carey 20, Gallion nothing. Blue Devils
Are they
looking
ever
to
going
make
to lose again? I mean, what a run they've been on.
This would be 17 consecutive victories with a win tonight. They lost in week 1 last year and then went off 15-0. Danville leads Bucyrus 21-0. And here it's 21-0 in favor of Wadsworth.
Lakowski and QB again.
It's going to be a sweep left side. Meese breaks 1 tackle, gets ahead maybe for 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and long.
They just really haven't been able to get past kind of that initial line of scrimmage into the second territory of defenders there. Just getting 2 yards. A lot of plays bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. This Wadsworth defense, stingy.
After 1 quarter, it's the Highland Fighting Scots 7, Triway 6. 2nd and 8 for Wooster. 3 wide to the right. Single back behind Lakowski. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to his right. Looking, still looks, throws it, has a man, and it's caught and out of the hands. Signs had it for a second, but then it fell out of his hands. We'll take a look. Just waited to the last possible second, lobbed it up in the air, and just maybe underthrown by a foot.
Yeah, Signs had it. Just couldn't come down with it. Got right behind the defender.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
You can see Sikowski does have the arm. I mean, he's not thrown the ball a whole lot so far this year.
So 3rd down and 8. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left for the Generals. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it. And he's going to get maybe a yard. They're going to give him 1.5 yards, and it'll bring up 4th down and another punting situation for the Generals.
Yeah, tried to pick that one up with his feet, Travis, and there was just nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a intentional plays right there where, you know, you fake a little bit of a draw, quarterback draw there. Didn't work. So 4th down and 7 for Wooster. They're going to have to punt. Dossie back on his own 15. Snap off to his right. He's able to get it, gets it away, and he's run into the kicker. That we'll see if that's the 15 or the 5-yard variety. But Wooster may be bailed out here. We'll have to wait for the call. Is this 5 or 5? I don't think there is a 5 anymore in high school, so that's going to be a personal foul.
We'll wait and see what the call is here.
Yep, it's a personal foul. That's 15 yards, and that's going to be a 1st down for Wooster. So a break on special teams after the muff punt earlier on. We'll see if Wooster can take advantage of it, but let's look at the punt one more time. And, yeah, it's he wasn't even able to land.
Yeah, he was
which
thinking.
Which is a safety issue there.
Now I was thinking that he might have been blocked into him there.
But I don't even think he tried to avoid him at all. He just braced himself and went right through him.
But, hey, that's the break Wooster might have needed. They keep the drive alive. First penalty on Wadsworth tonight.
Can I take a second and just compliment the Wadsworth student section? It's packed in here with them.
Yeah.
We saw people tailgating outside. That's what, you got to love it. You got to love high school football.
It's a great atmosphere here, and it's a perfect night.
1st and 10. Handoff. Chamberlain fights through one tackle and gets back to the line of scrimmage. He had to fight tooth and nail just to get back to the line to start. Bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's the 5th carry tonight for Chamberlain that has resulted in no gain. Wadsworth just exerting their will up front.
And that's, something they can't afford after last week, 3 touchdowns by him. Another score for you from the OCC, Shelby 21, Lexington nothing. Also out of the Northern 10, Colonel Crawford 14, Lakota 3.
That's more of a Shelby score we're used to hearing.
Fakes the handoff, pump fake, and he gets it away right as he's being taken down, and I think he's hurt.
I didn't see if he landed on that shoulder
let's
awkwardly.
Take a look. Just barely able to get down. And kind of ripped down by the shoulder.
Might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him a little bit there,
It looks
maybe.
like he's all right, but yeah, it was just a kind of a violent pull down.
Worcester still looking for their first completion. 3rd and 9. Probably see them throw it on this down here. We're going to get a timeout.
Referees making sure the down marker is correct. It's still red 2nd. But after the 1 yard run and the incompletion, it's 3rd down. One of those rare times where the scoreboard's right and the field's not.
Mm-hmm.
Good job by the clock operator up here to keep things going.
They're some of the best here at Wooster up here in the press box.
Got to when you're D2. 3rd and 9. Looking to pass, has some time, goes across the middle, and once again just leaving the wide receiver out to dry.
That's the freshman breaking up the play too, Gavin Madigan.
Well, across the middle, Scott was open for a second, but watch that defensive back just go right at him. That's Gavin Madigan. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yep, he jumped that route, timed it perfectly, got in there. And forcing Wooster into another punting situation.
4th down and 9, 6:44 left in the half. Dossie getting a lot of work in punting tonight. Another punt off to his right. This time he gets it away. Fair catch called for and caught by Stack at the 22-yard line, and that is where Wadsworth will begin. 1st and 10, the McCoy Insurance first down. Stay tuned for the Simonson Construction halftime. We'll have the halftime band show. That should be a good one. Big bands on both sides here by Wooster and Wadsworth. That'll be coming up, and then we'll have the stats and analysis as well. Here in about 6 minutes, 38 seconds of game time, so stay tuned for the halftime show. First and 10 for Luke Fisher and company. He's going to pass. Looking to go deep down the sideline, and it is broken up last second by Jack Dossie. Nice play. For a second, it looked like he had it read down for an interception, but went a little bit too far behind him, and he's still able to make the breakup right here.
Yeah, 50-50 ball there, and Jack able to get up there, break it down. Thought he did come down with it there for a second too, but nice job forcing the incompletion in a 2nd down and 10 now.
And there's that shot play that we thought Wadsworth would take last possession. So 2nd and 10. Fisher looking to pass again. This time he has a man wide open across the 40, 45, 50. It's a foot race to the 40, 30. Nobody is going to catch him. He's going to take it to the house. 78 yards for Wadsworth.
Aaron Keating coming down with that, and then just a foot race.
Aaron Keating, 78-yard pass play from Fisher as we take a look at the Simonson Construction replay. Avoids one tackler, and then he is off to the races.
Yeah.
Gone, and it's 27-0.
There was just no one even had a chance to get to him. Just a burst of speed from Aaron Keating, the senior.
Snap down, extra point up, and good by Jack Dinwiddie. 6:19 left here in the half, and Wadsworth's blown this open. Take one more look at the touchdown play. Keating just sitting in that open spot in the zone. Made the catch and then just used his speed to his advantage for the score. Once again, we want to welcome everybody watching live and free here on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll shout you out, including Mary Dietrich watching from Maryland. Will always claim Wadsworth as home. Sue Freeman, go Grizzlies, cheering from Wadsworth. Mark Watkins, go Grizzlies. Nice production on the broadcast. Well, we thank you very much. We're trying to get there.
Appreciate that, Mark. Isn't it great, too, when you go through those comments and you see where people are tuning in
That's
from?
why we do it. We want to let you know we want you to tell us where we're watching.
There are so many people that are able to just tune in from wherever, and that's one of the great things.
Also on YouTube, Matthew Bergone from Medina.
Okay.
Wooster has the middle wide open, especially when a linebacker blitzes. Got to take advantage, stop running such deep routes.
Coach Matthew getting in on it.
That's a good – they tried it last time, but I think those wide receivers ran a little bit too deep, and that's why you saw that big tackle. But he does have a point there. They're blitzing those middle linebackers, and Wooster just unable to see it so far. They're down 4 scores. They have to score. They have to get something going offensively before the half, something to build on going into the second half. Kick is away, taken at the 10, across the 15 to the 20. Still on his feet across the 25 is Meese. So that's where Wooster will start, 1st and 10 with 6:13 left. The McCoy Insurance first down.
Got to try and get something going here. If they can take up some time on the clock, Wooster will get the ball to start in the second half. So a chance.
That's something, if they can score, get a stop, come back out and score, it's a completely different game. But they have, like I just said, they have to get something going here offensively.
And they just got to complete a pass. Like, just get one going, and sometimes just seeing that completion, kind of like when a shooter is cold and he finally sees one go in, he goes hot. Maybe just get a little screen, some little slant route, something just to complete that first pass and get the offense going.
Handoff, Chamberlain avoids one tackler, and he's met head on.
Oof.
Nice form tackle by Ian Kaufman. It looked like Chamberlain would have had some open space, but just watch. Just read it, and then straight on after the gain of 2.
That's the senior Ian Kaufman, 6 foot, 195.
I want to thank our cameraman, Dalen Go. It's hard to read these numbers from Wadsworth, but the zoom in gives us plenty of time to see who makes the tackles, and then offensively who makes the catches and the runs. So, Dalen, good job, buddy. Very handsy there was Wadsworth on Caleb Scott, but no call and bring up 3rd down. Take a look once again. Just watch down here.
Yeah.
Had a hand on him the whole time. No call by the referee. 3rd and 8. I know you're allowed to have some contact, but he literally had his hand on the jersey the whole time.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of play with the hands there.
And other than the personal fouls, have we had any penalties?
No,
I don't think so.
We've had 3 of them, 3 personal fouls.
So 3rd and 8. Snowbarger throws, and it's complete.
There you
and
go.
That's going to be enough for a 1st down. That's completed the signs, and a little bit of life here with 5:22 left in the half.
Yeah, desperately needed that.
And that was a great job. Signs really fended off that corner to get himself open.
So just the 3rd 1st down for Wooster. 2nd by the offense, 1 created from a penalty.
Snowbarger back to pass again. He's getting blitz going off to his right side, and he will throw it away. Incomplete, 2nd down.
Yeah, wise decision just to get rid of that instead of trying to force one there.
And new rule this year, just that the quarterback is outside the tackle box. He can throw it out of bounds just so it gets past the original line of scrimmage. There doesn't have to be a line wide receiver there. So kind of like the college ranks now, just get outside the tackle box. You can throw it across the line of scrimmage out of bounds. It's not going to be a penalty. I think that's a great rule change here in the high school ranks. It's going to save a lot of injuries, I think, as well on like some late hits or things like that. So 2nd and 10, 4:45 left in the half. Snowbarger looking complete across the 47 to the 48-yard line. That's going to be Morgan on the catch, and it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Yep, nice little completion there. Great hand extension there by Morgan to come down with it. So he gets his 1st reception of the night, sets up a 3rd and short now for the Generals, and you're starting to see them. They complete a couple passes on this drive.
They can dunk their way across. They get positive yards, 4 or 5 yards at a time. They can punch it in. 1, it takes clock off to where if they score, Wadsworth doesn't have a lot of time to answer. And 2, it gets you that momentum that you need. This is what Worcester's been trying to do the whole 1st half. Handoff Chamberlain, and nobody there to block. He was tackled by, I think, the whole linebacking core of Wadsworth. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 4.
Yeah, he
I think this is. I think they got to go for it here. You got to get something going. The way Wadsworth is going offensively, you have to have something.
I thought maybe by completing a couple of those passes that was going to set up the run game, but Wadsworth was all over
everybody.
Yeah.
Like, there were 6 tacklers on him.
It almost looked like it was supposed to maybe be a screen.
Yeah,
but
Snowbarger takes the snap, throws, and in and out of the hands of Bronson Morgan. Incomplete, and Wadsworth will take over. Look, it just a second too late on the throw. If he catches right as he breaks out of that, if he throws it just a little bit earlier, that's there. But once again, he's throwing it right as the defender's connecting with that receiver.
Yeah, threw it into a lot of traffic too. Not a very high percentage throw, but almost came down with it.
I like the call going for it on 4th down.
Absolutely.
Because you have to try and get something going before the half.
For sure.
But now defense has really got to step it up.
Yeah, you got to keep them off the board or we're going to have a running clock.
Fisher takes the snap, hands it off to Metzger. Metzger gets 6 yards on the carry, 5 yards on the carry actually. Bring up 2nd and 5. Coming up on 3 minutes left.
Just the second carry for Metzger.
Wadsworth still with 2 timeouts as well. Another handoff to Metzger, and this time he's going to be met in the backfield. Flag in the backfield at the 50-yard line as well. This is probably going to come back for a hold.
Yeah, we're moving it up a little bit.
They're moving up to where the play was. I think there was a hold on the play.
Would be the first non-personal foul penalty.
And right there, lineman got tackled. And it is a hold. So the first non-personal foul called tonight. It's going to back Wadsworth up 10 yards.
Just their second penalty of the night, 25 yards in penalties last week. Penalties were a bit of an issue for them as they had 97 yards in penalties.
2nd and 20. They're going to go for the pass. Quickly ahead. It's complete to Tommy Arnold. And he's going to get most of the yardage back. Give him about 13 on the play and bring up 3rd down. And we got an injured general in the backfield. So give him 13 yards on the completion, makes it 3rd and 7. Thankfully, Morgan able to get back up on his own, and he'll walk off. Take a look at the back end of this. Just, pretty much ripped down. So a big 3rd down and 7 here for the Wooster defense.
Yeah, a chance to get the ball back, perhaps, if you keep it at a no gain on this play to make it 4th and long. Might see Wadsworth punt this one away.
Fisher back to pass. 2 guys. It's going to be a screen and eaten up immediately. Great read there by Julian Franklin. Makes the play, breaks it up. Watch, perfectly executed screen by the line, but right there, read it, got around the blocker, gets the hit in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of 2. Brings up 4th down and a punting situation, so Worcester's defense does the job. Meese at his 10. Kick is away, and he's going to let it go out of bounds about the 15 or 16 yard line. So that's where Worcester will start with 1:44 left in the half.
All right, so they've got 3 timeouts left. Just under 2 minutes. The offense has struggled to get anything going, but sometimes you run a little hurry-up offense. And
this also might be something where you get a run or two, see if you can get anything going, and then maybe go into the half because you're back so far. If you go a couple quick incompletions here, get forced to punt and then get a shank or something, like, you gamble with this. I can see both ways. You're down 28-0. You need something to go. You maybe try a couple of passes, but at the same time, you don't want to make a mistake back. And
I'm going for it. You're down 28-0. If you make a mistake, it's not. You're down already.
You're in the NCAA football video game mindset, but I like it. I mean I can see both ways, and I think I'm with you on that.
You get the ball to start the second half, so why not try and go down here and make some points?
And Worcester's actually going to have to call a timeout. They didn't have enough guys out on the field, so
that's
a McCoy
tough.
Insurance timeout. That'll leave them with 2 left here, and that's tough. You'd like to have those 3 timeouts. Well, we have a second. Tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Simonson Construction, from concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Maumee Bay Turf Center. At Maumee Bay Turf, it's simple, we build better. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. McCoy Insurance Agency, McCoy and Clark Insurance, proudly serving our local community for over 110 years. And Acres of Fun in Worcester. Come to Acres of Fun on Friendsville Road, where we have something for everyone. Come make memories with us. Snap back throw, complete across the middle, across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Acres of Fun on that first down for Bronson Morgan.
See, I like it. Come out, throw the ball, in a little hurry-up offense here. You see what you can do here before the half. Nice pickup of 16.
And Snowbarger finally able to read this zone, throw into the gaps.
Yeah, he's completed 3 of his last 4 passes now.
Back to pass again, and he's going to go deep, and it is caught at the 35-yard line. So Worcester, they got something going here. Take a look at the pass real quick to Morgan. And using this height to the advantage, threw it right up to him, makes the completion, and now Worcester with 1:22, they have time. 1st and 10 from the 34. Snowbarger, back to pass. Right side, that's complete, and out of bounds at the 26 is Anthony Signs. Worcester in the no huddle, 1:08 left in the half. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2, so an 8-yard completion.
Yeah, and you're seeing this hurry-up offense kind of work to their benefit.
See, this is why you're my color commentary, because you can predict things.
Oh, yeah.
Like this. I think they should pass it. They'll do well. Well,
you
three plays, they're already into.
I strike gold every now and then. Let's not give me too much credit
Squirrel
here.
finds a nut every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 2. Snowbarger back to pass again. Has some time. And he's taken down. What a play. Ian Kaufman blew through his defender. Bull rushed the offensive lineman. And I'm surprised that Worcester isn't calling a timeout to save time. But watch this. Just right through Chamberlain. Brings up 3rd and 12. Snowbarger rolls out of the pocket, has plenty of time, turns back, throws in and out of the hands of Signs, incomplete. So positive momentum stopped here the last couple of plays. That sack really hurt him.
Yeah, they were moving the ball down the field. Then that sack putting them in a 3rd and long.
Just out of the reach.
Even if he catches that 2, you're going to be a little bit short for a 4th and manageable. But you got to go for this here on 4th and 12, no doubt about it. If you don't get it, Wadsworth is probably not going to take a shot down the field. I would be surprised if they did. So you got to go for this here.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely in. I mean, they went for it on their own 45. They will take a timeout here, so.
Play clock was getting down, about 6 seconds. So, yeah, they'll take a timeout, figure out what they want to do here on this crucial 4th down and 12, 32 seconds to go until halftime.
Got a score from Arlen Field. 7-6 in favor of the Mansfield Senior TY Tigers. You can take a look at the Hoover Marching Band. Speaking of bands,
the
halftime band show coming up here at halftime in the Simonson Construction Services halftime show. Both bands. I'm looking forward to this.
Always.
Rarely do we get to see a Division I, II, even some D3 bands this big. Last time I saw, I was covering for a show on another network. After the game, both bands got together between Tiffin Columbian and Ashland. They put together a pretty good show. And I think that was the largest I've seen since. But these two bands, a couple hundred on each side, I think. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think my marching band had about 20 kids in it.
We had a one-man marching band. It was me with a drum my freshman year, first game before I was a player.
Were you John Adams?
Throws up, has the man open, complete. Tristan Walker across the 20 to the 18, so it's a 1st down with 26 seconds left. Worcester does have a timeout left, but they're getting the hurry up. Clock starts, 23 seconds left. Snowbarger back to pass, throws it up again for Morgan, and it is flag on the play. We're going to get a pass interference call. That'll move them to the 10-yard line, half the distance, maybe the 9.
Boy, even despite the penalty, he almost came down with his catch one-handed.
And that's all the defender could do. He knew he was beat, so all he did was rip him down. So it stops the clock with 16 seconds left. It gives them another first down, and it gives them options too. You do have one timeout left. Just save it, maybe because if you get sacked, or do you run something like a draw to see if you can get them off, catch them off guard?
I think you got to keep it in the air in these final 16 seconds here. Let's see where they do mark that down to, Travis. Roughly about right at the 12.
I don't understand that call either. 16 seconds, what do you think?
So that moves them to the 12, actually, first down, with a stopped clock here in the second quarter.
Am I wrong? Is that half the distance?
I don't know. I think they actually called a roughing the passer at the 24.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, cross and contact and another flag. They're going to move half the distance more, so this will move them to the 6. Pass interference is going to be the call. Only 3 seconds go off the clock, and they get half the distance to the goal line. As you take a look at the replay once again, and that time, yep, the defender all over him. Again, the clock will be stopped. Another first down. And now it's first and goal.
Let's see where they move this thing down to.
Well, you got to think it's down to the 6, but I don't know what they were saying.
I would expect the same.
And they're going to give him the 5-yard line.
Yeah, right at the 5. Okay.
So maybe actually gaining another yard of what they should have given him on the previous penalty. But
I was bad enough at math. This is really throwing me for a loop now.
Nonetheless, it's a first and goal now from the 5. 13 seconds left. Worcester needs a score here. Man in motion. Blitz coming. Gets it off and throws it into the ground with 9 seconds left. He was able to get it off. Saves a timeout. Doesn't get sacked. But Wadsworth brought the house.
Yeah, they did. And they almost got to him, too.
And you got to think, if it wasn't for the defensive end on his front end, if he stays back, the backside defender probably gets the sack. But because that front end defensive end had a wide open path to Snowbarger, he was able to get it off.
I don't know if it's going to matter with how much little time's left, but they can still get a first down, it looks like.
Throws it back corner, and it is. Is he in? No, he's out of bounds.
Almost an incredible catch here.
And I think I looked at the clock. It actually a couple seconds went off after he dropped it. Makes the catch, but nope. He was carried out of the end zone. So with 5 seconds left, probably the last play of the half.
Yeah.
Barring another penalty.
True. We've seen a couple penalties on this drive, so you never know. But this is you
might maybe try a quick slant here and possibly save a second or two, but you got to get the timeout. This is going to be the last play of the half.
This has got to get.
They need it here. Snowbarger back to pass, throws, and wide open touchdown, no flag, and Worcester on the board with 1 second left. That was legal because it was 5 yards. So we take a look at the replay. Watch, it's been a battle between Morgan and that defensive cornerback right here. Watch the play.
Yeah, they've been going at it
it's
here
within
the last couple
5
plays.
yards, so he's able to do that.
Yeah, just kind of.
And make the play. That's a perfectly executed call there by Worcester, and they are on the board. It's 28-6 pending this extra point.
And you cannot overstate how important that touchdown was in a first half where nothing has gone right for them. They find a way to get points here right before the half, and they are going to start the second half with the ball. So big momentum shift here for the Generals.
Take a look at the touchdown, and that 4th down conversion on 4th and long earlier in the drive really saved them. And they had a couple completions. They got backed up 2 plays. It was 4th and long. They were able to make the completion. And then the pass to Morgan, who had that big 31-yard completion. So with 1 second left, you got to think they're just going to squib this.
That is why you go down and try and score.
Yes.
Because That's exactly
Instead of
what you
running,
needed.
you throw,
Yeah.
You try a couple of pass plays. If they get you something, they get you something.
And I know
That's why you make the big bucks, Mr. Jardy.
Oh, totally. And worst case scenario, yeah, you give it up and they score again. It's 35-0. You're already down 28-0. You know what? Is it ultimately going to matter? So now you've made this a ball game.
You can see you're able to pass on this team. It's going to open up the run if you can continue to do that. Also, you have the momentum going into the half. And like you said, if they can get this second half kickoff, go down and score, it's a 2-score game with a whole second half pretty much, maybe a quarter and a half to go. Completely different complexion because of that one drive here before the half.
Yep. You just got to squib this. Don't let them have a chance for a return on it as the ball falls off the tee. I mean, that's where you're going to see glimpses of what this team can be once they get a couple more games under their belt. This offense, you might start seeing more drives like that consistently.
There's the little squib kick. It's caught at the 30 and makes the tackle, so that'll do it for the half. But Wooster, with some momentum, they get on the board with 1 second left in the half to cut this to 28-7. We'll take a break. Be back with the halftime band show, both bands. Some halftime stats and analysis coming your way live and free right here on the OH Report.
Acres of fun. There's so much to do here. We have go-karts. We have the mini golf course. We have bumper boats. There's batting cages. Of course, you can play some laser tag inside if you want to cool down, or even play in the ball pit area if your kids are a little smaller. We have got skating that you can enjoy. Did you know that we have a full-service kitchen so you can spend the day with us? Come make memories with us.
Mommy Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Mommy Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at mommybayturfcenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Mommy Bay Turf Center. We build better.
And the 120-degree California heat of plastic inside 3 days, still breathing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's halftime, and the Worcester City Schools is proud to present the 2022 Worcester High School Marching Band. Popular music in America is full of many successful and talented performers. Tonight, we highlight two divas who have earned their place in America's music stardom. Our first number is brought to us straight from Motown in Detroit, Michigan. Born in Memphis, Tennessee, and relocated to Detroit at age 5, Aretha Franklin has twice been listed by Rolling Stone magazine as number 9 on the list of 100 greatest musicians of all time. We perform two of her most famous singles, Respect and Think. Listen as the Worcester High School Marching Band pays tribute to the diva of soul. Ohio's favorite marching bands, the Ohio University Marching 110. This blues standard has been played by bands for over 50 years. And now the band will perform you this groovy tune. Here is Ain't Been Good. The Worcester High Marching Band is under the direction of Frank D. French, with assistant located and flight shaker Dennis Carvajal. Drill for the band was written by Dan Fleischhager and music arrangements by Dan Fleischhager. And also by
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively, right here on the OH Report.
Halftime winding down here. The Simonson Construction halftime with your score at the break. Wadsworth 28, Worcester 7. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. 28-7 your score. First for Wadsworth, only 5 first downs because they've been hitting on big plays. 40 rushing yards, 205 yards through the air for 245 total. No turnovers, although 4 penalties for 39 and a couple of them big right at the end of that half. But other than that, Wadsworth really doing some things on offense.
Yeah, Luke Fisher looks very poised back there tonight. Threw 3 interceptions last week. He's done a much better job with his decision-making this week, taking care of the football, throwing it for 2 touchdowns and 205 yards. Only 3 incompletions for the QB from Wadsworth.
As for the Worcester Generals, 6 first downs, but most of them coming on that final drive of the half. Only 8 rushing yards. Somewhat because, Chamberlain can't get anything going, but then some sack yardage as well, knocked that off. 95 passing yards, again, 80 of them came in that final drive for 103. One turnover, the big muff punt that could have really, helped them out, but that hurt. 2 penalties only for 30 yards and 2 personal fouls. But the big stat right now, Wooster gets the opening kickoff here for the second half.
Yep, and some individual numbers there for you. Bronson Morgan for Wooster, 4 catches, 60 yards, and a TD. He made some acrobatic plays there on that final drive. Would have made some incredible catches, too, had it not been for a couple penalties against Wadsworth. But it took Wooster a little bit of time there to find anything going in the passing game. They didn't have a completion in the first quarter. It took them until about midway through the second quarter. But once they completed one, they started to find it. And they ended up marching down the field, got a very crucial score before halftime. Now they get the ball to start the second half with a chance to make this a 2-possession game and get right back into it.
Confidence is key. And you saw the junior listed on here. I don't know if he's a sophomore or junior, but junior listed on the Wooster roster of Luke Snowbarger. But that's it. Look at the crowd. This is a great shot of the student section from Wooster, but this is a beautiful night for high school football.
Perfect.
Both sides brought fans, student sections filled up. This is high school football in Ohio right here.
Yeah, it really is.
And you know what else comes in Ohio in high school football? Big comebacks. And you got to think if Wooster can score on this opening drive of the second half, they could be set up with some momentum to possibly be another team to do that. But still, you saw last year, they were down big and nearly came back to get the victory.
Against Wadsworth?
Yes, against Wadsworth. It was 23-3 going into the fourth. They scored twice to make it 23-7. They were only down 6, but just couldn't get it finished. So we'll have to see if they can do it here coming up when the second half.
And it's worth mentioning, too, Travis, that 7 of the 14 meetings between these two recently, going back to 2007, 7 of the 14 meetings decided by single digits. So don't go anywhere. There's plenty of time left for this thing to get real interesting.
As Harry used to say, so you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
You're telling me there's a chance.
Also would like to shout out our marching bands. Wadsworth.
Yes, that was awesome. Both sides. You're a big Green Day fan, so when Wadsworth played out, I saw you get all giddy. But
I took a video, even though we're recording it ourselves. I took a video on my phone.
Also, the spread that Worcester has for the media. We went right outside here onto this little patio that they have to watch the bands, had some food. Worcester has been amazing tonight. One of the best places for a media member to cover a game. But also, let's shout you guys out because we see a lot of you watching. Let's see. Liam cheering from the University of Akron. Andy, Andy's a Kent State guy. Liam.
Yeah, and I have an issue
with
with
Go Grizzlies and go Zips. Ron Smith, thanks for streaming picture quality. Great on our television, too. Great job. Even enjoying the color commentary as well. Look at that inflating Andy's head there.
I didn't even pay Ron to say that.
And that's what we try to stream. Thanks to the internet here at Worcester, we're able to do it, I think, in 4K. But you're able to do it on your screen, at least in HD. Elizabeth saying, let's go Grizzlies. Todd Jardy, the great father of one Andy Jardy, Andy the gambler. Yeah, you're like a gambler. You should go to the blackjack table after this.
Oh, we could do that.
Moretta, kick it in gear, Worcester. You're better than this. They kicked it in, at least in the end zone before the half. And Sherry Moore, great job, Grizzly Band. It was a great job by the Grizzly Band and the Worcester Band. Over on YouTube real quick, Mike Merriman watching from Howland Township, Ohio. Go Grizzlies. And then Matthew. There you go. Build on it now. They got to build. The Generals got to build on it. And that's it for the halftime show brought to you by Simonson Construction. As Tristan Walker pushed out of bounds just beyond the 20-yard line.
And now's the real fun part, Travis, where we try to read the uniform numbers as the sun sets, and it gets even harder to read some of them.
That's the fun about it. But like I said in the first half, Dalen, our cameraman, has done an amazing job on zooming in during plays so we can see. And it's actually helped everybody in this press box because some media are listening to us like, oh, he got the tackle. Thank you, Dalen. You're doing an amazing job. All the way around. Everybody tonight on this production. Great job. Snowbarger back in. Hands it off to Chamberlain, and once again, not going anywhere.
Yeah, Chamberlain had a tough first half, 11 carries, just 14 yards. He just has not been able to get anything going. His longest run of 6 yards. That Wadsworth front has really done a nice job keeping him contained.
Yeah, because they're starting to drop back some of their linebackers as well, just because of that drive that Wooster had at the end of the half. But still, it's those front three that's really causing havoc with this offensive line, not allowing Chamberlain to get going. 2nd down and 11. It was a loss of 1, and now we're going to get a flag on the play. It looked like a Wooster defender jumped, and it is encroachment. Neutral zone infraction. It'll be 5 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 6 now. A little bit more manageable.
Yep, 5th penalty on the night for Wadsworth.
And you said in the pregame that's one of the keys is they're going to have to keep those down. And it led for to the touchdown last possession, and now it's making it a manageable.
Yeah, you can do a lot more on 2nd and 6 than 2nd and 9, or 2nd and 11, excuse me.
Snowbarger is going to hand it to Chamberlain, sweep to the right. He has a little bit of an opening, gets across the 25 to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. They'll mark it at the 27. So a gain of, if I'm right, 4 yards.
You would be
4 yards. Yeah, 4 yards. Make it 3rd down and 3. Third and 3. Generals trying to keep this drive going, trying to keep that momentum from their last touchdown. Now they're going to spread out the wide receivers a little bit further to the left. Snowbarger takes the snap, looking right, throws it nicely, completed, 1st down. So Wooster once again finding the gaps in that zone.
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan once again, the big man, he just creeped into the middle of that zone, the gap right there between the defensive backs and the linebackers, makes the catch, gets 6 and a 1st down to the 34.
5 catches now on the night for Morgan and 66 yards with that touchdown.
9:50 left here, 3rd quarter. Snowbarger hands it to Chamberlain, and he is hit in the backfield. He will lunge ahead and get a yard, but still just unable to really get anything going.
Yeah, he just has not had any room to work with up front. He was able to, took everything in him just to get that yard right there. Credit to that Wadsworth defense.
So bring it 2nd down and 9 on the gain of 1.
2nd and 9 for the Generals.
Snowbarger looks over to the sideline and head coach Austin Holder.
They are taking their time too, Travis, on this possession. Play clock down to 5. Last couple of plays now, they've let it run down.
It's a little swing pass out to Chamberlain. He's in open space across the 45, breaks a tackle and gets ahead to the 1st down yardage. Referees are right there, and they're going to mark him close. We'll have to see, are they going to move the chains or not? Yes, they will. It's a 1st down, Wooster. Finally, Chamberlain able to get into the open space on the swing pass.
And you can see what he can do once he gets out into open space. He's quick on his feet, makes shifty little moves, gets them enough for the 1st down, and you can just see the confidence now
and
that they've had throwing the ball.
You said they were slowing it down, but if they can punch it in, it's okay.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's fine that they do that. They're starting to control their own pace of this game.
Oh, I wasn't criticizing. I was just saying that they're taking their time.
Chamberlain able to push ahead, so turning nothing into something. Gets knocked out of bounds as well after a gain of 5. That'll bring up 2nd down. And now Chamberlain getting some momentum going here. 22 yards rushing on 15 carries tonight. 2nd and 5. The Wooster offense once again looking off to the sideline.
Play clock down to 7.
Fakes the handoff. Snowbarger rolls, throws, and tough pass broken up. Nicely done there by Simon Kilker.
That was a heck of a job by Kilker to break that one up, because it looked like that was going to be a completion, and at the last second he just kind of throws his arm up there to disrupt it, knocking it away.
And that was a great job by him. He didn't look back at the quarterback at all. He was reading that wide receiver, and he broke at the perfect time to break up the play with, I think it was the back of his head. Nonetheless, it worked.
It
and
did.
It's 3rd and 5.
Keeps it 3rd down and not 1st down, so mission accomplished, and we've got a
Reset of the play clock
Yep.
by the referee. They get it done, and away we go. 8:10 left here, 3rd quarter. 28-7 Wadsworth. Wooster near midfield. With time, throws it, breaks, makes the catch, 1st down to the 38-yard line. So,
who else?
yeah,
Bronson Morgan.
another 1st down for Wooster.
Gain of 13.
13-yard gain. That's why I stopped. I was trying to add in my head again, but
Brian called me out last week on the broadcast because I struggle so much when the ball crosses the 50. He's like, just add it yard by yard. Thanks, Brian.
nonetheless, 1st and 10 now from the Wadsworth 38. Snowbarger coming up on the midway point here of quarter number 3. Hands it to Chamberlain, cuts left, and again he's going to fight for 2 or 3 yards. They're going to give him 2 on the carry, bring up 2nd and 8 with 7:45 left in the 3rd.
And a good start on this opening drive here for Wooster. They've already held the ball for almost half of the 3rd quarter, but you're seeing them have some success passing the ball. Snowbarger 3 of 4, 29 yards.
And you're seeing the TY Tigers of Mansfield Senior having success. They now lead 21-9 over Hoover in the 3rd quarter.
Can't wait for those two, Worcester and Mansfield
It's
Senior, to
always
get
a battle.
together. Absolutely.
Although
is.
Worcester trying to get payback after that shellacking they took last year. Throw right side complete. Breaks a tackle as Meese. He gets across the 30 and close to 1st down yardage. We'll see if they give him the yardage. They won't. It'll be about a yard short, so give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down and manageable.
First catch of the night for Hayden Meese, the sophomore. Comes up just a little bit shy of the 1st down, but this is another impressive-looking drive here so far from Worcester.
Generals now 30 yards away from cutting that lead into half. The Generals marching down the field, Andy. Those are crickets, folks.
I'll get
Snowbarger takes the snap, gives it to Chamberlain. He fights his way to the 30. I don't think he got it. Ball on the ground. They're going to say he was down by contact, and they're not going to give him anything. So it's going to be 4th down and 2. And another key situation here for the Generals offensively. And, yeah, Chamberlain was down before the ball came out. It's been since, what, 4 minutes left in the half that Wadsworth was on offense?
Yeah, I think Worcester took
it's
over.
It's almost been a whole quarter of game time.
Yeah, I mean, we're now under 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter, so the Generals, big 4th down chance here. Keep the drive alive.
Throws, and it is caught at the sticks. Yes, they'll give it to him. 1st down. So they get to the sticks and complete it.
That was Anthony Signs on the catch.
Yep, made the catch, feet down at the 27. 1st and 10, Worcester.
Signs now 3 receptions, 23 yards.
Another conversion on 3rd down, or 4th down, too. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the 3rd.
I mean, is Wadsworth going to get the ball in the 3rd quarter? Play clock down to 3.
He's going to go deep down the sideline. Has a man caught. Touchdown, Worcester. They're back in it. And who else? Bronson Morgan. We've got ourselves a game once again, folks.
Yes, we do, Travis. How about that touchdown pass right there? Getting this thing back in Worcester's favor.
Take a look on the Simonson Construction Services replay. He eyeballed him the whole way. He knew this was where he was going. Had the mismatch with the linebacker. 6. And now it's a 2-possession game. Snap down, kick away, and it is good. So with 5:04 left in the third, it's 28-14.
Here we go.
In favor of Wadsworth. Let's take a look at that replay one more time.
Yeah, it's just it's a great time to take a shot downfield. You've been kind of dinking and dunking your way. Throw it up to who else but Mr. Bronson Morgan coming down with his second touchdown of the night. Both in the same spot, too.
5:04 left. Bear with me, but you see a little trickery here on this? Maybe a not surprise onside kick to try and keep the ball. I mean,
I like the gamble.
Yeah,
but I don't.
You are the gambler.
I do not. I do not approve of that right now. I think you got to try and kick this thing deep.
I mean, you got all the momentum. Defense has been playing. I mean, a couple big plays, but other than that, they've made some stops.
So here we go.
End of the third quarter, Mansfield Senior up 21-9. Northwestern leading Black River 22-0 in the late in the third.
How did that Mansfield Senior game get ahead of our game? We were well ahead of them. Their third quarter's over?
They didn't have any scores. And we will have a fair catch. So finally, after about, what, an hour? Now, can you compare this to like a pitcher, a starting pitcher that's in the zone, and he has to sit out for 20 minutes because the offense scores 8 runs? Does he come back still crisp? Does this offense come out still crisp after sitting through the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, a whole halftime, and then almost all of the third?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I feel like it's a little bit different in baseball if you've got that pitcher that's just kind of sitting there waiting.
I just said that because we're baseball people.
I agree. I'm just telling you that I don't think it's going to apply the way that it does in baseball. I think a pitcher's typically fine. I'm sure the offense.
Well, right off the bat, already a chunk play. Complete. He's still on his feet and gets up close to the 50. That's Figure again. And another first down for Wadsworth. So that shut me up real quick as they get 18 on the play and a first down.
That's Figure's first catch. He does have 2 rushing touchdowns on the night, 30 yards on the ground. And a nice 18-yard catch to go along with that.
Should take a look at Justin Todd, head coach of Wadsworth. Fisher throws down the sideline, has a man caught, back shoulder too. Great adjustment there by Metzger to come back to it and make the catch.
And he threw an absolute seed over to Metzger. And they are just moving in big chunks now, already down to the 28.
So Wadsworth trying to stomp on that Wooster momentum. He's going to go to the air again. Fakes, has a man wide open. Instead, he throws it out of bounds. Had some pressure there.
Yeah, and he
had a man wide open as you take a look at the replay.
Right at the top of your screen, he's got his receiver.
But here comes the pressure.
Little wheel route.
I don't think he saw it because of that lineman coming at him. So the Wooster defensive line, and actually a flag on the play. They were called a hold. So the Generals with a break here.
Did they?
Well, if you looked at the replay, Andy, look at this on the right side. I think it was the lineman coming in.
Did they call holding or did they call? It wasn't intentional grounding, was it?
They're backing him up 10.
Okay.
But yeah, it looked like that. The reason he threw it away was the lineman that was getting held. It looked like he was getting tugged on the jersey. So a break for Wooster. 1st and 20. Throws, got hit as he throws it up, and it is picked! Intercepted! They're going to give him the 1 yard line before he fell back, but Wooster with the big play.
How about that?
The pressure on the quarterback. Hit as he threw it, and just, it's caught at the 1, and then he went back in the end zone. So the referees are going to mark at the 1. But nonetheless, Wooster, after Wadsworth, the 3 big plays, gets the ball back 1st and 10 with 4:01 left.
What a play by the sophomore Tristan
And they got a
Walker.
turnover belt.
Oh, look at this.
That is beautiful.
You know, I love seeing stuff like that on any sideline or dugout or wherever, whenever there's any sort the turnover chain.
That's awesome.
The dog chain that the Cavs do. I mean, it's just always great. It's little things like that that I think people can just sort of gravitate around and be like, I want that. Let's do that. I'm playing for something now.
simply on YouTube, Mace of Spades, watching down here in Cincinnati.
Mace of Spades, I like that. We do have an injured player for Wadsworth.
So you take a look at Tristan Walker, who had the interception, gave the belt back.
He did.
Gave the belt back, but still. While we have a moment, tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Simonson Construction, from concept to completion, we help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Maumee Bay Turf Center. At Maumee Bay Turf, it's simple, we build better. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. McCoy Insurance Agency, McCoy and Clark Insurance, proudly serving our local community for over 110 years. And Acres of Fun in Worcester. Come to Acres of Fun on Friendsville Road, where we have something for everyone. Come make memories with us.
And Travis, that was Luke Fisher who was down.
He did take a shot right as he threw that.
Do we have the replay queued up? Can we look at that again? Or?
Well, we'll try and get back to it after this next play, but Worcester.
Okay, here we go. Worcester down near the goal line. They said it was intercepted.
So this is going to be tough because they've had trouble getting, positive yardage on the ground here, and they can't afford to lose any yardage here.
And they got somebody to
movement.
jump. I don't know if it was Worcester, though.
See what the call is here, though. But this would be big if it's on Wadsworth because it's going to give Worcester some breathing room.
Nope.
False
They're going to
start.
move him back a yard.
They're calling it on the Generals.
So here, real quick, Andy, this is the play.
Hardly any distance to go halfway.
But watch this low end right here.
Oh, yeah, he got hit right as he let go. He was able to get up and walk off, as you saw, so that's a good sign.
First down and 11 now on their own 1. Generals in some sticky situational football right here. Snowbarger halfway into his end zone, takes the snap, looking, throws, and it is, collision beforehand. There's no flag.
I don't know if they're going to say the ball was tipped.
No flag.
Well, let's take a look. Was it tipped? Yes,
Yeah.
It was tipped. Ball was tipped, so it was a good call by the refs. That's why we have replay up here before we completely rip on the stripes down there. But the ball was tipped, so that was a legal hit. Second down.
That's the only way I would have not called a penalty on that.
So second down and 11 now from the 1. Snowbarger looking again to pass. Getting pressured. Shuffles it. Picked off. Pick 6, Wadsworth.
Yep, just not a smart decision
Davis
right there.
Nye. That one hurts for Worcester, but Wadsworth, after giving it away, big defensive play here.
Yeah, he was just trying to get rid of it, and he just kind of, instead of really forcing the throw out, just thought he could kind of flick it with the wrist. Little Patrick Mahomes kind of type play, and just an ill-advised decision.
Red all the way. So Davis Nye gives Wadsworth some momentum right back. 34-14, make it 35.
I know we touched on it a little bit in the open there, but it's so great to see Davis Nye back out there, coming off of that tough injury last year in week 2 where he broke his collarbone. He came back, though, last year for those last 3 games. He missed 6. Wadsworth was 2-4 without him, Travis. So having someone like him back, you can see the difference that he makes on the field. And he's got them looking now to go 2-0 for the first time since 2019. So great to see Davis Nye back out there playing well.
So
for the Grizzlies.
So now this is where that slow possession by Worcester might come back to haunt them. They didn't get – technically they did get the defensive stop, but technically not because of the pick 6.
Yeah.
Now you only have 3:53 left and you're down 3 scores.
I don't think it was
quarter.
anything – I don't think the
I mean, they're playing with their own offense, but you have to get a stop and you have to get the ball back and get some momentum if you want to
right, but I don't
continue
think
that
them
way.
taking their time was a problem right there. I think the problem was they started at the 1-yard line. Like they were in trouble from the moment actually that they intercepted that pass. I mean, they got the ball back, but they've struggled to get anything going up front. And Wadsworth once again just They were forcing them back into the end zone. There wasn't a whole lot of room for them to work with.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but I just meant time-wise now. With them taking their time on that one drive, it took almost all the third quarter. You're able to, if you can get a stop and you can get back moving on offense, but if Wadsworth scores, then it just makes that hole a little bit more deeper.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
when you're down 28-0, you're going to have to almost play a perfect game anyway. Oh, boy, we got the Music City Miracle going on here.
And we got a block in the back, too, as Walker gets back to the 20, but there is some laundry on the play. And we'll take a look at the tail end of that, and there's the block in the back.
Yeah, right there.
So Wooster will get it deep in their own territory.
And that'll, from where the flag was thrown, they're going to be backed up to their 5.
You don't like to be chased out there and you run wherever you
So with 3:33 left, Wooster needing to go 95 yards to cut this back to 14.
Yeah, they're starting these drives at inopportune places right now. Started at the 1, now they're starting at the 5, so this is an offense that is still trying to find their way. They've had some success on a few drives here. They actually really did well in that no-huddle 2-minute offense they ran right before halftime.
1st and 10 from their own 5. Snowbarger hands it to Chamberlain, and he's not going to get anything. They're going to get him in the backfield for a loss of 1 and bring up 2nd down and 11.
They've got him back at the 2.
Oh, actually, yeah, they backed him up even more.
Lose 3 yards
so
on
they're going to lose 3 on the play.
I'll tell you what, Wadsworth, they can kind of sense it, that they're real close to putting this one away. Starting to get to the ball a little bit quicker. You can see them attacking.
2nd and 10.
Snowbarger has time, throws it out of the back of his end zone and overthrows his receiver. He'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going on that play, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, nothing doing there with the wide receivers. They were covered.
Yeah, he threw it into some heavy coverage. Lucky that this one actually just falls incomplete.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 13 from their own 2.
But yeah, I mean, just these last 2 drives, there's just not a whole lot in the playbook for you this close to your own end zone. Especially against a Wadsworth front that has pretty much had their way.
3rd and 13, Snowbarger crawling up the middle, caught! Ooh, big hit.
Hope he's okay, because that was a vicious hit. And they're calling for some help right now. That did not look good.
That's going to be a 1st down.
1st down right now, though.
Don't know if I want to show the replay of that.
No, I would
not going to.
It was not pretty.
Right now the concern is for the receiver from the Generals.
That's actually close to being defenseless receiver, too. Back end guy, he was going down, and the back end defender just laid the boom out when he didn't need to. And that's what happens.
2 local teams will be cover, and that ought to be a good contest. Not sure how either one are doing tonight. Tryway had to play well.
Take a look at the Mansfield Senior game, and actually let's go full screen to that game.
The Golden Bears won. So, Dan, do you have any scores from tonight's game?
Brian Skoronsky and Effie James on the call.
And that's why they got some success here on offense, and defensively, that's their calling card. Their defense has always, that's where they're going to hang their hat. And their defense is as advertised, and now, to me, the fact that they've got a kid like Zion Brown who can make one of their biggest defensive weapons fresh all the time is such a huge advantage for the Tigers. When you can have Mills not have to carry the ball 10, 11, 12 times a game, where he can take that energy and put it on harassing the other team's quarterback, that makes a big difference for that Tiger defense.
So we're starting to get to be about that time. 4:36 to play here. MVP conversation, Effie?
Ooh, boy, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, you could.
Great news, Tristan Walker walking off on his own.
That's a great sign because it was not looking good there. The ambulance had the stretcher ready to come out, and just
it was a vicious hit. He was coming down, and those are plays that get players ejected in college. It was a high school players go out there, they give it their all. It speeds up out there. I'm not saying it was an intentional hit, but it was a vicious hit that they need to learn. If the guy's going down, they shouldn't lower the shoulder in the back of somebody's head as they're going down to the ground. Now, I'm not blaming anybody for it. It's just that's how the game is played, too. You're trying to go at 100%. You're trying to make sure the guy is down. It was just very unlucky, but I'm glad that Tristan was able to get up. And we continue now, 1st and 10. Snowbarger. And there's the flag. Yeah, he was.
And a couple
he was
flags
held.
coming in.
So Wooster getting out of their own end zone with the completion, and now a penalty is going to move them further with 2:25 left here in the third.
See if they'll call this a hold or pass interference.
Well, as you can see, they're having a little bit of a powwow out there to sort it out. Wadsworth initially moved back, but now they're moving back forward.
They're calling a hold against Wooster and pass interference against Wadsworth, so they offset, and we will replay first down, or second down.
I'm surprised by that call.
Now it's first down. Yeah, I thought that's what it was first down off of that. Referee said second for a second, but back to first down. So it wipes out the hold, wipes out the interference, and we'll play first down once again.
Pretend like it never happened. Start over 1st and 10.
Snowbarger hands off to Chamberlain. He shuffles a little bit, but once again, that defensive line just all over it.
Well, you can tell they were not going to let Chamberlain beat them tonight. They were going to force Wooster to have to pick up stuff through the air, and they've been able to do it on a couple drives, but Chamberlain's just had a real tough time getting anything going.
Snowbarger went over to get the play from Coach Austin Halter. Halter, I'm sure
Wooster breaks the tackle with 1:44 left here in the third.
about 10 years ago at the College of Worcester, fined both runner and passer.
Takes the snap. Quick throw out right side to Meese.
Oh, he lost
and
the
he
ball.
lost the ball. It's on the turf. Who has it? It's Wadsworth. So we'll take a look at the replay. Threw it, made the catch, made a couple, yeah. And he just tried to tuck it and lost it.
Just in the transfer, he lost it. Second turnover here in the second half now by Wooster.
And now Wadsworth with a chance to put this one away here at the end of the third quarter. First and 10 from the Worcester 25. Fisher keeps it, jukes a man, 10-5 touchdown. That's actually Will Stack out of the Wildcat.
Yeah, Stack in, and he takes it all the way in for 25-yard touchdown. And just like that, Wadsworth has padded the lead again. Yeah, we saw Fisher come out on the last series.
That's right.
So he did not come back into the game.
Kept the Wildcat and look right there with the juke. Stiff arm, touchdown, 41-14 Wadsworth. And that might put this one away.
Stack's second touchdown on the night. He had a 33-yard reception on that opening drive.
Extra point up and good. That makes it 42-14. 1:20 left in quarter number 3.
Can be right back with the kickoff. Again, you're watching high school football right here on the MCTV Sports Network.
And now once again, Wadsworth 2 points away from making this a running clock.
Yep. And it's amazing, I mean, how quickly the momentum shifted in this game. The points
The pick
off,
six, that was it?
The pick six, the fumble right there leading to points. I mean, you've got 14 points off turnovers right there. Just when they had cut this thing down to a 14-point deficit, it's ballooned back up to 28.
So with 1:20 left in quarter number 3, Wadsworth leads at 42-14.
Well, we hope Fisher is okay over on the Wadsworth side. I wonder if that was designed or if he's not able to come back into this game.
Well, I can't see Tristan Walker sitting down there on the bench down there. So probably done for the night, you'd have to say.
Yeah, and with the way that this game has taken a turn, you might start to see some of the backups get in. And that's going to be a penalty.
Yep.
That's just Wadsworth, you know, just being a little too aggressive, feeling good about themselves up 28. The play was clearly over. Just let it go.
Yep, that'll move 15 yards up.
Okay, I couldn't see it.
So they'll get out to about the 40.
The penalty's still an issue for Wadsworth. 97 penalty yards last week. Tonight they've committed 7 penalties.
Just a reminder, tonight, 11:30 p.m. right here on our YouTube and Facebook pages, the Friday Night Pigskin.
Let's go.
Scores from all around the area, highlights including highlights from this one Andy will have, interviews, expert analysis, and much more. 11:30 tonight, the Friday Night Pigskin. And we have 2 games tomorrow. Brian Skoronsky and myself will be at Lucas. Lucas will take on the Hillsdale Falcons. And then Buckeye Central goes up to Fremont. St. Joe's will team up with the WQEL radio crew out of Bucyrus for that. So getting ready to get back here to play.
That Lucas game pushed because of a shortage of officials.
Yes.
Which is why they're playing on Saturday, and sadly that might not be the only time we
And you know what? Although I am surprised, we're in week 2, and that's the only game in the area that's had to have been changed at the varsity ranks. Now, we do have a teacher strike in Columbus that's been canceling games as well, which is the shame for the football players. But, hey, I mean, it's for a reason, a good reason as well.
Right.
Chamberlain takes the handoff, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. Loss of 2. Bring up 2nd down and 12 with 60 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Second down and 12 for the Generals. Snowbarger looking, throws it, and coming back for the catch, makes it. As Anthony signs.
They're gonna wave
no,
it off.
they're going to say it was on the ground. Yep, referee getting down on one knee, hitting the ground. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, just a little short on the throw there.
Signs thought maybe he had a catch, but it's ruled to the ground first. 3rd and 12 for the Generals.
And you can just sort of feel, Travis, the energy in the stadium, at least here on the Wooster side, is kind of evaporated after those last 2 touchdowns.
They had
from
the
Wadsworth.
interception down 2 scores, but they were backed up. It was just a tough break, ran them into the end zone.
22 seconds left.
And then the pick 6 just deflated this field.
That's going to be another
And there's
interception.
another pick. Hit as he threw. Gavin Madigan. And there's a Grizzly, I think, cramping up.
Yeah, it looks like he's
in the
trying
Wooster
to
backfield.
get his legs underneath him again, but this is just, you know, just kind of throwing it up there, hoping for a miracle into double coverage. Third turnover now by Wooster, all coming here in the second half.
And the Wooster fans, with 13 seconds left in the third, have declared victory already.
That they have.
Yeah, I called his name early in the game after he made a pass catch.
So with 13 seconds,
From the movie Top Gun, probably, well, I don't know if it was 25 years ago or it had to be.
Wadsworth, that is Maverick Blackburn cramping up, getting stretched out.
Called his name a few times tonight. He's made some big plays on the defensive side of things. 6 foot, 200-pound senior linebacker. Good to see him.
Although with that height,
back
not
up.
able to get into a fighter jet.
That's true.
How good was that movie?
Didn't see it. I wanted to. I just didn't get around to it.
You need to.
Well,
it is a great movie.
That's what I've heard.
Tom Cruise said he was waiting around for the perfect time. That was the perfect time. Wanted the technology to get better and everything. Perfection.
I've
Chef's kiss.
only heard rave reviews. Just haven't been able to get to it.
Stack completing a pass to the left side. Clock will run, and that will do it for quarter number 3. 36 minutes in the books. Wadsworth well in control of this one. They lead Worcester 42-14. We'll take a break. Be back with the fourth right here, live and free on the OH Report.
Acres of fun. There's so much to do here. We have go-karts. We have the mini golf course. We have bumper boats. There's batting cages. Of course, you can play some laser tag inside if you want to cool down, or even play in the ball pit area if your kids are a little smaller. We have got skating that you can enjoy. Did you know that we have a full-service kitchen so you can spend the day with us? Come make memories with us.
Mommy Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Mommy Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at mommybayturfcenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Mommy Bay Turf Center. We build better.
.12 remain. First down and 10. Wadsworth, and Will Stack taken down in the backfield on the run. That's going to be a loss of 8 yards for him. Bring up third down. Back to pass, throws it incomplete. Fourth down, they'll have to punt. So Worcester will get the ball back here with just under 11.5 minutes remaining in the game. Getting towards that time, Andy, where you just want to get some momentum into build into next week.
Yep, that's what you're looking for here if you're Worcester, as they will get into OCC play next week with new conference member New Philadelphia, as they will make the trip here.
New Philadelphia playing Steubenville.
Quakers got their first win of the season in week 1 last week, 7-2, and a very interesting score that you don't see that often in football.
Final score from Arlen Field. Mansfield Senior beats North Canton Hoover 42-9. That sets up next week undefeated Mansfield Senior against Massillon.
Whew.
The battle for the letter. Is it going to be TI or TY?
We've almost got a battle for the letter tonight here too. with Wadsworth and Wooster.
Looks like Wadsworth's going to get the W.
Only one team will walk away with the W.
Andy made that comment before we left the studio, and I kind of just like, this is how we're going to go tonight. This is how we're going to go.
Yep.
So that kick was down at the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Generals.
Looks like we have a QB change now.
Adam Lukowski will be back in there.
He was 0 for 3 passing in the first half, excuse me.
And he's going to throw a swing pass complete to Chamberlain. Cuts back, gets across the 15 to about the 18-yard line, actually the 19. Gain of 9. Bring up 2nd down and short, but a nice completion there.
Boy, you're seeing a lot of players starting to, I don't know if it's cramps.
Might have been an ankle there on the cutback.
We've seen a couple players come off from the last few plays.
Actually, it is a cramp because I just saw the Worcester player do a Ric Flair flop and then get his leg up there to get stretched. So only few people would understand what I meant by that, but I'll let you figure that out. Quarterback keeper and nothing doing there. It's actually a gain of 4. I don't know why I said 9 on that play. It's getting late, Andy.
It sure is.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
And is that Lukowski coming out now?
No, that's not. That is Caleb Scott, the tight end.
Oh, yeah. Lukowski just came over to get the play from the coach. He's heading back out into the huddle.
Third down. Lukowski, he's got some room across the 20 and down towards the 25. It's a 1st down.
Well, that's what he does so well. Make plays with his feet. As he picks up a nice chunk there.
Make sure to stick around for the Simonson Construction post-game show for the Simonson Construction Player of the Game. Andy Jardy will talk to that lucky player, most likely from Wadsworth, I would say.
I would think so.
Possibly a Will Stack.
Could very well be Will Stack.
We'll get him up here.
Stay tuned to see how we pull off that interview. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to turn into a cameraman.
Yeah, we're going to make things happen.
Live and free.
Oh, boy.
Snap over the head, and that's going to get picked up. You're not allowed to advance it. You're not allowed to advance the bad snap, so Wadsworth, however, will pick it up and take over. And that was just, center just snapped it over the head. And actually it was just because the Wadsworth guy was on his knee when he picked that up. So he was down.
When did they change that rule?
I don't know. It didn't look like to me at first, but
I agree.
That's the power of replay.
Yes.
You're allowed to.
Well, that's now 4 turnovers here in the second half by Wooster, and it's...
And once again now Wadsworth can make this a running clock situation if they score. Once again, make sure to tune in 11:30 tonight on Facebook and our main YouTube page for the Friday Night Pigskin. We'll have highlights from all around the area, scores from around the OCC and our other North Central Ohio conferences.
There goes Figure.
Figure, touchdown.
He certainly figured it out. Figured it out?
He figured it out.
Yeah, just a simple run right up the middle. 18-yard touchdown run.
Ray Hull, good cutback too. And
untouched.
Yep. Makes it 48-14, and we'll have a running clock. Snap down, kick is up, and kick is good. 49-14, and got to shout out the kickers. Not a single missed extra point tonight.
Yeah.
In 9 attempts, they're 9 for 9. Why don't we just make Jack Dinwiddie the MVP.
All right.
7-7 on extra points.
Love that. Boy, Wooster had gotten this thing down to a 14-point game, seemingly had all the momentum. They had just forced a turnover, but where they intercepted the ball, just an unfortunate spot that he couldn't have picked it off in the end zone. Instead, he intercepted at the 1, and they just really couldn't get anything going, end up throwing a pick 6 from inside their own end zone, and they end up back by their end zone again on the next possession. It just really, they had to play a perfect game, down 28-0, and they did it there for a couple minutes as they got back into it. But Wadsworth, give them credit. They answered the call once Wooster came back, and that's what good teams do.
You got to think if that interception was in the end zone and brought out as a touchback,
yeah, who knows?
This could be a completely different complexion of the game because that pick 6 doesn't happen. Wooster has room now, and never know. They might go 3 and out, and it still might be this score. But Wooster, it's a game of inches.
That is what they say. So the clock is now running. First time tonight. They flirted with it.
They flirted with it before the half.
Yeah.
If Wooster would have scored and they come out, we would have had maybe a second half of running clock. But now,
now we have a timeout.
And Wadsworth's going to call a timeout, so that erases that running clock for a moment. But while I have a moment, let's shout out the people that allow you guys to watch this live and free. How about we do that, Andy?
Let's do it.
How about you read it, Andy?
Oh, I think you've done such a great job tonight.
Yeah, well, you'll be reading it all next week when you're with me down at Centerburg. They take on Worthington Christian. Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Simonson Construction, from concept to completion, we help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Maumee Bay Turf Center at Maumee Bay Turf. It's simple, we build better. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. McCoy Insurance Agency, McCoy & Clark Insurance, proudly serving our local community for over 110 years. And Acres of Fun in Worcester. Come to Acres of Fun on Friendsville Road, where we have something for everyone. Come make memories with us. All right. 1st and 10, Worcester.
Well done.
Thanks to all of those sponsors, we are allowed to bring these to you live and free. Handoff. Give 3 yards ahead for Chamberlain. Bring up 2nd and 7.
It's just amazing the job Wadsworth has done containing Chamberlain tonight. His longest run still just at 6 yards. Pretty much everything he's done has either been for no gain or he's been able to squeak ahead for about 2-3 yards. It's just been a real tough night for Chamberlain trying to get anything going.
2nd down. Fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws, tipped, incomplete, and almost another pick 6 this time for Carson Bucks. He said the buck stops here.
He sure did. He would have, anyway.
Kind of disappointing we didn't have many puns tonight.
Well, you can't force them. They just have to work their way in naturally. You can't come, prepared to drop one. It just has to organically happen.
But that's why you make the big bucks.
Well, yeah.
3rd down and 7. Under 7 minutes left. We still got to do the pigskin tonight, Andy, too.
We do, yeah.
And then you have an hour drive back to Cleveland.
That I do. Please don't remind me of that.
Hey, folks, Andy has a Twitch stream as well. He streams video games and stuff for your video game fans.
Here.
Scrambling out, throwing, and is that completed?
I think there's a penalty on the play as well.
Did he make the catch, though?
I believe he did, and I couldn't tell if they threw a flag or not.
They did throw a flag, but I want to see if he made the catch. It's moot. And that's a heck of a catch there, too, as you see. Rolled out, and great job by Caleb Scott. Great Scott.
Great, there you go. See, they just have to.
Pass interference, but declined because Scott able to make the catch. 6:13 left. And Wooster trying to shut that running clock off. And another first down brought to you by McCoy Insurance.
First down is out to the 36-yard line.
Man in motion. Handoff, Chamberlain goes left side, has a bit of a hole, runs a guy over, and one of his best runs of the game comes here late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, got about 6, maybe 7 on the play.
Give him 7 yards on that, bring up 2nd down and 3. So we come up on 5:30 left in the game.
I'm a little surprised, though, that you wouldn't try another back in there. I mean, Seth has done as well as he possibly can, but give him a break for next week and see who else you might have to play that position.
2nd down, fakes the handoff. Getting pressured, he's going to keep it. Spins, and whoa! Pushing the circle button on the controller.
Yeah, he timed that perfectly.
And it'll be another first down. Watch this, whoop!
It's going to be funny when you look at the final stats of this game. I mean, Wooster is going to end up with more first downs, and it's going to look like they've, done a better job offensively in that category, but Wadsworth has had so many one-play drives.
Well, then you look at the total yards and be like, oh.
Total, yeah, it's just funny as I'm putting the stats in. The only stat that matters is that score at the end.
Let's play the old Hail Mary play on Madden 95. That time he smartly falls to the ground after a gain of 6. Also, rest in peace, John Madden, one of the greatest coach slash commentator slash video game inspirations we will ever see. Actually, I think it was 3 weeks ago, I finally watched all Madden for the first time. You know how it came out on Christmas Day?
Oh, yeah, I never did.
Really good.
I still
you
need
have
to
watch
sit down and watch that, too. I got a lot I got to watch. I just haven't had much time for anything. It's a busy part of the year for me, Travis.
Andy Jardy also working up at Bally Sports for the Indians, the Columbus Crew, and those Cleveland Cavaliers. Handoff Chamberlain, he's a hole, and he has the first down. So with 3:30 left, Wooster on the move. But as I was saying earlier, Andy Jardy's a Twitch streamer.
You did say that earlier, yes.
Yeah, and he's beaten me twice on MLB The Show already.
Haven't streamed that out to the masses.
Thankfully.
But we'll have to set that up at some point.
You know the star of that is your cat, though.
Jinx would definitely hop on.
Fredericktown victorious 36-6 over Northridge. They moved the 1-1. Handoff, new running back in. That is Jeremiah Harper.
Did the ball come out?
I think it did. Let's take a look at the replay here, Andy. And, yeah, unless they say he was down, but it's going to stay with Wooster. Now, I haven't said this all night, but Wooster going with the script pit helmets and jerseys.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun watching my Mountaineers go all over them at AccuSure Stadium on Thursday in person. Saw a guy with the Tony Dorsett. He's right out in front of us in a Dorsett Pitt jersey.
I had to hold you back.
I can't wait for the Mountaineers to
I had to hold you back.
Oh.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Backyard Brawl Week, baby. First time since 2011. Roll out right side, complete. Across the 20, down towards the 15. Busted out of bounds, but that's good enough for a first down. It's Anthony Sines. Take a look at the tail end of that, juking a couple, and then lowering the boom was Calix Lemp. But nonetheless, Wooster moving now with 105 seconds left in this one. Another McCoy Insurance first down.
We were talking a little bit, though, about the Wooster uniforms and how they look
They look sharp, though.
They look sharp.
They're really nice, but it's just it reminds me of Pitt.
It looks like Pitt, and I see the Fear the Woo signs, which remind me a little too much of Akron's Fear the Roo. So you and I we're having our allegiance tested, our patience tested.
Left side nearly intercepted, incomplete. No, we're going to get a flag, actually.
by the time they get done marking this off and deciding what it was, the game might be over.
Pass interference is the call.
That was a tough call. Wooster getting inside the 10-yard line, all the way down. Still first down.
So here we go. First and goal, or first and 2, excuse me, from the 7. They
Here
can
we
still
go,
get a
Jim.
first down.
Back to pass, rolling left, looking. He's
room.
going to keep it, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Wooster, with 17 seconds left. Something to build on next week, and that's some quality time for Lakowski, who drove the team 90 yards.
He sure did, and it just makes it that much more difficult of a decision going forward as to who do you give more reps to at quarterback, because I feel like both have shown glimpses tonight that they could be the guy, or maybe you just stick with 2 all season. Lakowski can make the plays with his feet. Snowbarger can make them through the air.
Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. Kickers remain perfect.
Yes, they do.
10 for 10 tonight. For the brand, my friend.
For the brand.
For the brand. So all we have is a kickoff and a kneel down, and this one will be in the books. Wadsworth will move to 2-0. Wooster 1-1. But, you know, something they can build on the last drive of the half, the first drive of the second half, and then this one here.
Yeah,
there are things that they can come back and say, this is what we need to do for the whole complexion of the game. Also on defense, there are a few times they got some stops. There's things they can build on going into next week. There are positives that came out of this game for the Generals.
There are, yeah, absolutely. The big thing, too, though, I mean, Wadsworth, they came ready right from the opening play. I mean, they scored on 3 plays, scored within a minute, and they were up 14-0 early. So this got out of hand quickly for Wooster. But, you know, give them credit for clawing back, cutting it to a 14-point deficit.
The Grizzlies
again.
clawing back.
Well, the Generals.
Well, the Grizzlies
back.
clawing at him. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
I tried, man.
You tried.
It's late. 17 seconds left. There's the squib taken, and it'll be kneeled. So one more kneel down, and that'll be it for our coverage of week 2 of Friday night. Mind you, we do have 2 more games tomorrow night. And we have a pigskin show, and all the students have come now down onto the fence line and are dancing around in their bright shirts. And there's the kneel down. So that will do it. Wadsworth will come out with the 49-21 victory. They move to 2-0, and they get another win over the Generals. We're going to take a break, be back with our MVP interview, final stats analysis, and then we'll wrap things up here from Follis Field in Worcester. You're watching high school football live and free right here on the OH Report.
acres of fun. There's so much to do here. We have go-karts. We have the mini golf course. We have bumper boats. There's batting cages. Of course, you can play some laser tag inside if you want to cool down, or even play in the ball pit area if your kids are a little smaller. We have got skating that you can enjoy. Did you know that we have a full-service kitchen so you can spend the day with us? Come make memories with us.
Mommy Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports services as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Mommy Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at mommybayturfcenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Mommy Bay Turf Center. We build better.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
Welcome inside the Simonson Construction Services post-game as the Wooster band's giving us a little bit more of a show out here as we await our MVP tonight. So let's go right into the final stats. Once again, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services. 49-21 your final. Wadsworth, you know, they just really took over.
Yeah,
here.
they really did. I mean, they got out to a 28-0 lead in this one. Did a lot of it through the air tonight. There wasn't much of a rushing game for Wadsworth, but Will Stack had 2 touchdowns tonight, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground. He also took some snaps at quarterback after Fisher. He got hurt on a play. We don't know if he was hurt and didn't come back in or if they were up by enough that they just decided to not put him back in.
Yeah.
But 326 total yards for the Grizzlies. They moved to 2-0 for the first time since 2019. They've now won 5 of the last 6 against these Worcester Generals.
8 penalties, 84 yards. It's something they have to work on once again. As for Worcester, 13 first downs, 61 rushing yards, 226 through the air. That first drive of the second half, and then in garbage time, they got some yardages, 287 total, 5 turnovers. That's the killer right there.
Yeah, you can't
Pick
have that.
6, the muffed, you know, a couple of those just really hurt them. 4 penalties for 41, so that's not bad, but still, they have to. They really got to get some things adjusted before next week when they open OCC play with New Philadelphia.
Yep.
The Quakers.
The Quakers will come here.
Any thoughts before? Any final thoughts on what you could see? Positives from Worcester.
Positives from Worcester is that they were able to get back. There's fight in this team. I mean, they were down 28-0. They could have rolled over and gotten blown out, 56-0 or something. But they had some momentum. Scored before the half. Scored right after the half. Forced an interception. They just had some unfortunate things go against them. Picking that ball off and being down at the 1 when they struggled to get anything going up front was really a tough spot for them. 5 turnovers is obviously going to be a little too much for them to overcome, but this team is still trying to find its identity on offense. They're still mixing in 2 quarterbacks. Might keep that going all season because you saw glimpses from both QBs tonight that they can both make plays and that sometimes the decision-making still isn't quite there. But I don't think this is a team that I would want to see in about week 7, week 8, because I think they're only going to get better the more games they play. There's going to be some growing pains. There's no doubt about it with a team this inexperienced on the offensive side of things. So they're going to have to rely on that defense a little bit to get things going. But, I mean, this is a Division I team that they're playing tonight. So it's not like, they just got beat by, someone a couple divisions below them.
This and they had their chances.
Yeah, they did.
It wasn't like they were completely out of it the whole time.
Right.
They had their chances.
Yeah, this is a good Wadsworth team that, hey, they were 3-7 last year, but they want to make some noise this year, and I can see why, because they've got some explosive playmakers, and having Davis Nye back certainly helps. And Will Stack making some plays. And Fisher tonight looked incredibly confident throwing the football. I was impressed with what I saw with him. So watch out for Wadsworth. I think they're going to be a team that's going to make a little bit of noise this year.
Yeah, and, the Worcester marching band's out there, so we'll put them on screen. And while we await our player of the game that Andy will talk to. So let's listen in on the Generals. Great job once again by the Wooster Marching Band. We're going to take one quick break and be back with our MVP right here live and free on the OH Report.
Acres of fun. There's so much to do here. We have go-karts. We have the mini golf course. We have bumper boats. There's batting cages. Of course, you can play some laser tag inside if you want to cool down, or even play in the ball pit area if your kids are a little smaller. We have got skating that you can enjoy. Did you know that we have a full-service kitchen so you can spend the day with us? Come make memories with us.
Mommy Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports services as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Mommy Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at mommybayturfcenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Mommy Bay Turf Center. We build better.
Time now for our Simonson Construction MVP Player of the Game interview. Will Stack from Wadsworth. An impressive performance tonight. You had a touchdown receiving, you had one rushing, you took some snaps at quarterback tonight. What was working so well for you out there?
I think Coach draws up perfect plays. Like from the first drive, he set up the 2 screens and the screen go. That was just perfect, wide open. And obviously my teammates just throwing me blocks out there, doing their job. It's all wide open. I just got to do my job. Do
you have a preference in terms of which touchdown you prefer? Do you like to catch one? Do you like to run one in? Or
I've been playing QB forever. It's my first year receiver, but I like either one, to be honest.
Okay. I was going to say, you got some time at quarterback, too. Is that something you normally do?
Yeah,
you get some snaps?
I'm usually QB, but this year I'm running slot.
Gotcha. They've got you listed as athlete, so I understand why, because you can play multiple positions. But tonight, this was an interesting game. You guys got out to an early lead. Worcester kind of came back. What was kind of the message at halftime there to get yourself back on top in this one?
I think we all knew it wasn't over at half. I mean, Worcester's a great team. They kept fighting until the end. But we just had to stay locked in, and they came out and scored right away, which put some pressure on us, but we responded good and just did our job.
You guys are now 2-0, first time since 2019. It was a rough season for you last year, going 3-7. What is different about this team, and why you guys think that last year might have just been a fluke?
We all care for each other. I mean, every single person would do anything for their teammate across from them, and I mean, last teams kind of lacked that. I feel like they wouldn't do anything, and this team would. I mean, we just care about each other. That's about it.
All right, that is just about it, and that's about all the time we'll have for you. Have a safe trip home. Congrats on the win, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Our Simonson Construction MVP of the game, Will Stack from Wadsworth, 2 touchdowns. And that is going to do it for our broadcast here at Wooster. The final score again, Wadsworth 49, Wooster 21. We'll see you later tonight here on the Friday Night Pigskin.